Hello, everyone, and welcome back to another video brought to you by SeniorCatWellness.com. So, should you get another cat? That is the million-dollar question. Do cats get lonely without a buddy, or do they love just being the center of attention and living in an environment where they don't have to worry about competition, being annoyed by another feline, or sharing the same space with someone else? We'll talk about it in today's material, but before we do, let's take a look at our topic overview. Whether indoor cats are happier in pairs depends on their personality. Some cats enjoy living alone and don't get along with other pets. Others prefer having company. If you spend time away from home or don't play with your cat enough, it's at risk of getting bored. Consider getting a second cat if your cat has accidents outside of the litter tray, stops eating, vocalizes more often, becomes destructive, or seems unhappy. These are signs that your cat is lonely. When you break it all down, it's really all about your cat's personality, negative behavior trends, and what you can accommodate and what you desire. While the decision to get another cat can be quite complex and even a bit overwhelming, we encourage you to take the pressure off. You should never feel like you have to have another cat. There's nothing cruel or wrong with just having one cat. Different strokes for different folks, different strokes for different cats, too. The last thing you want is to bring another cat into the home out of a sense of obligation, and then you wind up having two cats that fight all the time. That's not good for the most obvious of reasons. We'll break it all down, and we'll do it for you right here, right now, today. But before we do, we thank you and you and you and you. Your support means the world to us. We thank you for watching today, and we hope you'll return tomorrow, and the day after that, and the day after that. None of this is possible without you, and we know it. So, thank you. We hope you find this video informative. Now, let's get rolling. Do we need a second cat? Let's talk about it. Because so much of this topic deals with personal choice and your cat's own personality and behavior, there really is no right or wrong decision. Because of that, let's simply jump right into some signs. Just some signals that your cat could be giving off that can perhaps lead you to believe, in some cases factually, that your cat needs some company. While some cats are just longing for playtime and your personal attention, other cats could be looking for a true buddy in the house. Here are a few symptoms that your cat is lonely and perhaps wants more than you alone can provide through means of positive engagement. Let's say you come home from work only to find your cat sitting in the middle of your living room and just marveling at that newly destroyed sofa. While you were working, Garfield here was quite busy. An act of defiance, but also an act of entertainment. Are some items within your home on the floor knocked off the table by Garfield? Here again, entertainment. What about that cat bed? Is it cold? Is it cold? Is it not warm? Has your cat's resting place been absent? This means that instead of being content and resting, your cat has been up and about. The desire to sort of get after it during the day when no one is around could be a sign that your cat is longing for, well, a cat. Contentment often equates to relaxation. Overgrooming can be a sign of stress, a somewhat failed attempt to hide negative emotions. In extreme cases, loneliness and boredom can result in the harsh pulling out of fur. The fur removal can also become habitual and even take on somewhat of a schedule, similar to tearing up that furniture. Fur pulling could be at its max in when no one is home. While some cats are just naturally chatty, if your cat starts vocalizing more frequently and in more of a direct tone, your pet could be trying to tell you something. As it relates to loneliness and boredom, this vocalization could be in a demand for attention. If you're simply not able to meet the challenge, either due to your personal time, your schedule, and general life obligations, your cat could begin to feel left out and want more. This is where another cat could be an option. Now, before we get out over our skis, these symptoms, if you will, just on their face, do not directly mean that your cat feels the need to have a feline companion. However, these signs are important if you're the one needing that nudge, especially if adding a new cat to your home is something you've been thinking about quite intently. After all, your cat won't be the one getting a new cat, you will. These signs, somewhat subtle at times, could be enough to help you make your final decision. Healthy and happy cats live to be clean. one needs to look no further than grooming and bathroom habits. However, if your pet begins to have seemingly intentional accidents outside of the litter box, something could be up. Just to be on the safe and responsible side, you should never assume anything if this begins to become a regular occurrence. First things first, make sure your pet is healthy. Always take your cat to the vet and rule out any medical concerns, major or minor. Urinary tract infections and kidney problems can often cause cats to use the restroom in ill equipped areas, just to put it respectfully. Now, if your cat is fine and has been given that clean bill of health, stress and anxiety could be the reason for this behavior. Here again, this really can't be stated enough. This sign alone is not proof that your cat wants a feline companion in the home. It's all about the collective and your overall personal assessment of the entire situation. We'll just lump these together, and no detail is really needed. Acting out, clawing, scratching, destruction of furniture, the whole 9 yards and the whole 9 lives. If your sweetheart of a cat has taken a turn, for lack of better phrasing, your cat could be lonely and bored. Pent up energy could be the true culprit. If indoor cats aren't able to get their fix and their fill, they will act out. The final sign that we'll discuss today involves your cat's unwillingness to eat. Here again, it's essential to make sure that an honest health issue is not at work here. That should be first and foremost. Having said that, it all comes back to that word again, and the word is loneliness. Sometimes, for as much as you love your cat, you're just not enough. Some cats, they want more. While that doesn't always have to come in the form of another cat, they do want something. So, what is that something? There's a piece that's missing from their everyday lives. And of course, this is where you come in. It's about your cat's personality. All of these signs adding up from a collective and your personal view on the entire situation. What you make of things or what you don't will be what tips the scale when dealing with this subject. Okay, let's say that verdict is in, you're getting another cat, but where do you start and what do you look for? Well, it's much easier to add a new cat to the fold if you're adding a kitten with a kitten. This isn't always possible, obviously. Keep these considerations in mind as you select. Let's start with personality and temperament. There has to be a personality match, an energy level match, a behavioral match. What about age? Try to find a close match. Old with old, adult with adult. Having a kitten with a senior feline doesn't always work. And it's critical to note, and we mentioned it in our introduction, if your cat is acting unruly, as it is, and the addition of another cat fails, things can certainly get a lot worse. And we do mean a lot worse. The final consideration that we will offer up today is that of gender. Male and female can work, as they're less likely to engage in a fight for dominance. As long as both felines are fixed, this could be a very positive match. Research, research, research. Take in as much information as possible. This will help you immensely if you have decided to add another cat to your home. It's all about finding that quality match and adding companionship. The goal is to get your cat a buddy and a sense of security. Always keep that in mind. Anything less than the goal can potentially result in a rather difficult experience. And on that note, that will wrap things up for the video side of life. However, if you would like to know more information concerning this very interesting topic, we've got you covered over at SeniorCatWellness.com. There you will find a full-length and highly detailed article dedicated to everything we've discussed today and so much more. Check us out, if you will, at the conclusion of this presentation. Are you currently watching us offsite? If so, we do invite you to click the initial link in the description box below. Said link will take you to all of the goods. And until our paths cross again, and I certainly hope they do, we'd like to thank you once again for joining us today. Please have a wonderful day. All the best to you and yours, and we will talk to you later.